Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead, click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in. Then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with Dun, Dun, Dun. Gerald King, what up? What it do? Stephen Gills, ATL. What it do, ATL? Let's see. Do it yourself, Senpai. Okay. DeAndre Smith, Mr. Eamon Smith. Okay, we got two Smiths back to back. What's up, Lily Blink? Miss Lily Blink. Lauren, what it do? Greenwood, Mississippi in the building. Zest, Sacramento. What's up, Jam on it? Juanita. What's up, what's up, what's up? Well, fam, I'm not going to even hold out. I'm not going to hold you long on this one. And I got to go ahead and go in because this is some interesting developments here. Donald Trump, your president, is having an extremely bad day. I ain't got no problem with that, but you know somebody who does have a problem with it? Those Trumpettes who are in the comments. Let me warn y'all right now, because anytime Trump's name goes in the title, I got to remind you that the Trumpettes are going to come out. They come running to defend them with their tongue hanging out, wet, just tongue just salivating. Trump, no, you can't criticize Trump. He's perfect. So you know I got to go in on him, right? Now, here's the thing. I'll respect you first, but you're going to have to respect me. Any type of disrespect would not be tolerated. This is my platform. It's my house. If you don't like the rules, go somewhere else. So if you come in here being disrespectful, I'm going to get rid of you just like that. You have no voice here. You have no rights here. This is a dictatorship, not a diplomacy. Understand that. Understand that much. All right? This is my platform, and I run it like I want to run it. Again, you're welcome here if you want to engage in civil discourse, right? But if you come here with some ignorant stuff, I'm going to get you up out of here real fast. I don't play that. All right, moving on. So Trump woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Boy, he mad. He is mad. Why is Donald Trump so mad, you might ask? Because there's a new CNN poll that came out that has Donald Trump ranked as the worst president ever. His voting numbers came back at negative 17%. His approval rating is negative 17%. It ain't even 17%, fam. It's negative 17%. You know how sometimes when you're doing ratings and you have an experience that is so horrible with a company, you want to give them a negative zero, like you want to give them a zero. This is worse than a zero. Default when you're doing reviews, you got to give at least 1 star. You know how you'd be wanting to give like a 0 star? This is negative. This is worse than 0, negative. Negative 17. So he is mad, man. He woke up mad. So check out some of the things that he wrote on his Truth Social. Like he went off on Truth Social this morning, like just on a tangent. You know, he just went crazy. He started off attacking France. The country of France wouldn't let planes headed to Israel, loaded up with military supplies, fly over French territory. France has been very unhelpful with respect to the butcher of Iran, who has been successfully eliminated. The U.S. will remember President DJT. I thought France was our friends. Like, you know what? We ain't got a lot of friends in this world. If you want to look at this country, we don't have a lot of friends. France has been one of those friends who has been, you know, standing up side by side with the U.S. forever. But also, France has put up with a lot of shenanigans from the United States over the years. They put up with so much, and they've always been right there. But I think that this last go, where Trump was just blatantly on this crusade to invade and steal, take, you know, rob, pillage, I think a lot of those countries said that's it, because if they can do that to them, they can do it to us, you know. So he already invaded, took over Venezuela. Now he's talking about taking over Cuba, Canada. And I think they're very serious about taking over Cuba, very serious. But you notice these are always these countries that can't really defend themselves, right? These are countries that really ain't got that heavy equipment to fight back. This is why, family, you should always be able to protect yourself from the big bad bullies. Make sure that when the bully come, that the bully never come back again. Make sure that when the bully come at you, that the bully never, ever, ever even remotely think about trying you again. And remember this, when the bully come and you put something on the bully's ass, you're not doing it just to teach the bully a lesson. You're making an example out of the bully so that other potential bullies will not try you. That's what you are doing. When I was first coming up in the industry, the music industry, people used to try me a lot, you know, because they was thinking that, oh, he's a celebrity, he ain't gonna do nothing. You know, they would try my people, right? They would try me by trying my people. I'd be out on the road, and you know, it's this old saying, out of sight, out of mind. So they thinking, oh, it's sweet because, oh, he gone, he out there making money, he a celebrity now, he ain't gonna do nothing. And next thing you know, ding ding fries and shake. They on the ground struggling for oxygen. You dig what I'm saying? So and that was not just for them, it was for anybody else that's got it on their mind. You got to make examples out of people, fam. Like, and that's across the board. And it don't always have to be a physical thing. You know, it could be a situation where, you know, maybe you're a manager or something, you know, at a company. Maybe you're a manager, you're a supervisor, and you got an employee talking slick. Well, you can't let that ride, because if he get away with it, if she gets away with it, somebody else is definitely going to try you. So even if you don't really want to admonish that person, you're going to have to, because you do not want people to start thinking it's sweet and run over you, because they will. So here's another post that Trump put up on Truth Social after he dropped this one. All of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. November 1st, buy from the US. We have plenty. And November 2nd, oh, I'm saying November. I'm tripping. November. let me let me increase this a little bit. Okay. I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from the US. We have plenty. Number two, build up some delayed courage. Go to the strait and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The US won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your own oil. President Donald J. Trump. Why does this sound like a little girl in middle school? I mean, listen to the texture of it, fam. Why does it sound? Why does it sound like a girl in middle school? Listen to this. All of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from us. Number two, we have plenty. And hold on, man, this thing is, I'm looking at something different. I'm tripping. Number one, buy from the US. We have plenty. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Go to the strait and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your own oil. President DJT. This does not sound like a diplomat. This does not sound like the person who is in charge of an entire country with 300 million plus people. This sounds like somebody like off in the mountains, somebody that live in a cave or something like that. Who sent you? Who are your boss? Who are your leader? We come in peace. We will fight. He sound like one of those dudes. He sound like a caveman. This is madness. And check this out, fam. That ain't the worst. That's not the worst comment he made on Truth Social today. Listen to this. Wow. The United States of America is in serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime to end our military operations in Iran. Great progress has been made, but if for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, and possibly all desalination of plants, which we have purposely not yet touched. This will be in retribution for our many soldiers and others that Iran has butchered and killed over the old regime's 47-year reign of terror. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Family, imagine that you are negotiating with someone. You're negotiating with someone, and you're negotiating peace, and then they go hop on social media in the middle of negotiations and tell everybody negotiations are going fine. But just in case, and I think negotiations is going fine, and we're gonna reach a deal shortly, and we'll probably reach a deal, right? We'll probably reach a deal. We're likely to reach a deal. But if we don't, I'm gonna blow up all their stuff. I'm blowing up everything. Would you trust negotiating with somebody like that? That sounds like a sociopath. That sounds like a person who cannot be trusted. This dude is talking about he's about to reach a deal with these people. They're about to reach a deal. We're about to reach a deal. But just in case we don't, I'm going to blow up everything. I'm not negotiating with somebody like that. I'm not negotiating with somebody like that. Now, keep in mind, he created the chaos and he playing the victim. He talks about how Iran killed Americans. Those Americans wouldn't have died if they didn't go over there messing with them people in the first place. But he also fails to talk about how he blew up the school with the little girls in it. How over 1,000 people in Iran has died. You know, he got a lot to say about the 13 soldiers who allegedly died, who were allegedly killed by Iranian military, which I don't believe. I think that number is higher because you can't believe nothing coming from this government ever. Not just this one, not just this president, but all of them. You can't remember, you can't believe nothing these people say. Nothing. Whatever they tell you, the truth is more likely the opposite. If you really want to know the truth, just reverse what they say. If you want to get closer to the truth, that's what I do. I pretty much listen to them in reverse. Like whatever they say, I'm like, yeah, the truth is probably the opposite. So Trump is having a bad day. That means that overall, America's probably having a good day. Because I do believe that it is his duty to sabotage this country. To roll back whatever advances that have been made in this country. I do believe that Trump's role is to roll those advances back. Hearing that he's having a rough morning made my morning. I'm gonna tell you straight up, fam. Yeah. Made my morning. Now, believe it to him, you know, first of all, he says, oh, everything's going bad, But you leave it to him. We're in the golden age and America's back. If you go to the US, if you go to the White House website, you'll see a heading. It says America is back. Back. Where did America go? It's back from what? America is back. The lies they tell, man, they don't even try to, you know, they don't try to put anything on the lie to make the lie look just remotely plausible. The American people is living in one reality, and Trump and his administration is living in another. Trump, I do believe, is suffering from dementia. I think that he's like in the middle stage, not the early stage. I think he's around the middle stages of dementia. And I think that these Epstein files are cooled off a little bit, but they need to be turned back up. They need to be more pressure put on these Epstein files. Only thing about that is that every time the discussion about the Epstein files start heating up, he drops another bomb on another country. He starts a war. This one with Iran has been the most effective to slow down the Epstein file conversation. But trust me, that conversation is not going anywhere. People are not going to forget about all of those innocent girls who were violated by all of those grown, rich, powerful men. So Trump wanted a legacy. He got it. He got it. And I'm gonna tell you something. Those Epstein files are gonna follow him forever. Just like, what's that guy named? Woody Allen. Woody Allen's legacy is his violation of that little girl that he adopted. I think he adopted some little 15-year-old girl and married her. That's going to be that's his legacy. This will be Trump's legacy, you know, starting wars, stealing from the American people, you know, hiring a totally incompetent White House staff, the cabinet, Epstein files, you know, being a serial woman violator. All that is part of his legacy. All of that's going to be part of his legacy. And indeed, he will go down as the absolute worst president in U.S. history. And it's a curve there because you got former U.S. presidents who were slave owners. So they got to be up there really close. All their asses is right there together. All of them, put them all in the same pot. They all in the same pot. All of them the worst to me. All of them are the worst. Because in fact, the founding fathers, the so-called founding fathers, they created this climate. They created Trump. Yeah. Because they created the system that allows somebody like Trump, who is totally incompetent, slow, a horrible human being, to become president. They created the system. So yeah, they was not as smart as they try to act like they were. What they were a bunch of thieves. They were a bunch of thieves and they were a bunch of thieves and essayers, murderers, liars. That's what they were. You think we're supposed to show them some respect because their name is on the street signs and buildings and airports, on schools? Nah. They were a bunch of thieves, liars, murderers, and essayers. Circumventers of the truth. Going into the comments. What's up, Wu-Tang? Appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about. Need that backup, man. A little backup. GT Wester. Lamarck. Now, what I will say is Trump is the worst president of my time. In my lifetime, he's by far, like, you could put all the other presidents together and they wouldn't be as bad as he is. But keep in mind, fam, he's only as bad as the people allow him to be. Like, he ain't no brave, he ain't brave or nothing like that. I mean, this guy dodged the war 5 times. So it ain't like he brave or nothing. He's just like a little kid. You know how kids are. Kids are going to get away with whatever you let them get away with. They're going to go as far as you let them go. And that's Trump. He's just going to keep on pushing. Remember, whenever he's been cornered, whenever he's been pushed all the way to a corner and he met some real resistance, he always folded. Anytime he's felt real resistance, he folds. But if you just let him loose, well, he's going to do as much damage as you allow him to do. So it ain't like he's brave or nothing. He's like some special person in that regard. No, he's not built like that. He's just playing the hand that he's been dealt. He's just doing whatever he can get away with. Remember, they did drag his ass off into the courtroom. He didn't get away with that part. He had to be humiliated. You see? So when the system actually stands up and go to work, it can be effective. So it was effective in forcing him to go to court. That's something he really didn't want to do. That humiliated him. To see him just sitting up there looking like this, just looking, he looked very defeated. But at the same time, he had it on his mind. Like, yeah, boy, I get out here, boy, I'm gonna get all of them back. But he had to go through it. They forced him. The system was at work. So the system can work when it wants to. Whenever it wants to work, it can work. When it wants to bring somebody to justice, I don't give a damn how big and bad they think they are. They can get them. You see, Epstein is no longer here. The system got him. Allegedly. They went and got him. Finally, they got him. All that time, all that stuff that he was doing, getting away with, he was good. But when the system said, that's it, that was it. The system went and got him. So the system can work when it wants to. The system can bring anybody to justice when it wants to. Hell, the system can wrongfully bring you, I won't say justice because that would be an oxymoron, but the system can wrongly convict you and throw you in prison when it wants to. So all this tells me is that the system is behind Trump. The system. And the system ain't just Republicans. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but I gotta call a strike and a ball a ball. The system is behind Trump. And that is why he is still able to move like he moves. Mr. Chicago. What it do? What it do? Purple Sacks. See, fam, it's so much money involved in the system. There's so much power involved in the system. It don't matter if you're the president. If all the people they get together and say, yo, we got to stop this. It's going to get stopped. Remember, JFK was the president. He was a very powerful man. But when the system came together, when the system huddled up and they said, oh, we got to get rid of him because we got business to do. He's trying to get in the way of our business. We got to stop that. They came together and the system went to work and it stopped him. It stopped John F. Kennedy. It stopped him. And it was a very carefully coordinated plan that evolved into, well, didn't evolve into, but it became known as one of the greatest conspiracies in U.S. history and greatest crimes in U.S. history. So when the system want to stop you, the system can stop you. Ain't no one person bigger than the system. I know we hear Trump a lot, he's just a figurehead and, they found somebody that they could control, right? He's not uncontrollable like he appears to be. He is being controlled. But It's a very measured control. He's not acting alone. And he's not acting at his own behest. It's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Did I tell y'all Trump was having a bad morning? No more talk.